On to mass transit. Mass transit, you got a lot here. You've got buses, you've got streetcars, you've got trains, you've got boats and planes. Ooh, my. Buses. Buses are pretty straightforward. Um, you got a shuttle bus depot, and what that does is it's just in your city. It's shuttle buses. Um, it doesn't go outside your city. It doesn't connect. It doesn't take Sims in or out of your city. It simply keeps them in the city, but gives them a way to travel around, which is nice. It helps with the traffic congestion. Your bus stops, again, you place them on the street, and just like the school bus stops, they function the same way. You watch where they are green, and that's how far Sims will walk to them. So you want to kind of place them in areas where Sims are going to walk to them, um, where they're willing to walk to them, whether it be commercial, industrial, residential. It's really, dependent on how you got your city laid out. You've got a park and ride. Basically what this does is instead of the buses going out, people, you plop that down, and your Sims will drive their cars to here. They park, and then buses will come and get them, whether it's the big municipal buses or it's a shuttle bus. They will come and pick them up and then drive them to wherever they need to go. Sometimes can be nice to have, sometimes not. It can add congestion to your roads, or it may help. It's a horse apiece. You got to kind of play with it to see what works with your specific city. Um, these two are just regular. These are your terminals. This last one, the double deckers with the DLC package. So some people may have it, some people may not. It functions the same way as the regular bus terminal. The bus terminals, they go from city to city. They are region wide as long as you're in a cluster. They'll travel to the surrounding cities. They'll pick them up, they'll drop them off, and then they, as well as stopping at each and every bus stop that you have placed. So what sometimes helps is you can, let's say like this commercial, or I'm in a residential city, and I don't want the buses to go all over, but I want them to come into the city. You can drop your park and ride. And what happens is all the Sims will drive to that, they'll park there, and then the big buses will come there and pick them up. And you can kind of place that towards like an entrance, not right at your entrance. And by the way, don't set your roads up like this. I did this just simply to have something set up, but you'll end up with a lot of road congestion by putting a cross right at your entrance. You will end up with lots of issues, traffic issues. So, but anyways, you put your park and ride down. Buses will pick up people, and you can have more than one. If you start getting a lot of people using it, you can add on to them. So, um, it you can play with that little trick to kind of keep your traffic from getting too bad. Um, you got to play again. It's got to be played around depending on your city and your layout and what you want to do. Um, so, and then I lost my track. All right, there we go. And then the bus terminal, you can add buses to it. They're bigger buses. They'll go from area to area, so city to city. Um, your street cars, these are avenue only type transportation. Your roads need to be fully upgraded to, well, I guess I can go ahead and upgrade this just to show you, but it needs to be a high density streetcar road. And what you do is this gets placed right on that avenue in a certain spot, so you got to make sure of where you put it for buildings going around. That blue line you see there is where the um, the streetcars will travel. They do not travel on these smaller street roads. You can add um, a track to kind of bring them. Let's say you got one big avenue running down here, and then you have a big avenue running over here. You can make these run across like this and connect to your other avenue. Now the difference is you can't make stops right here along this track though. It's just a connecting track, and that's all. It doesn't uh, let you make stops on the track there itself. So, um, but you lay your streetcar, your depot down, And you can see now it can cause congestion because you do have a stop now. So when traffic comes through here, they're going to stop at these railroad tracks right here to allow these to get through. So it can cause a backup. So you want to watch where you're placing them. And then once you place them down on your streetcars, just like the bus stops, you place these down in the middle and people will walk to them. Pretty simple, you know. Um, You've then got your edit button here. It shows you start with 3. You can go in. If traffic's getting too much or too many people are using your streetcars and need to add more actual cars, again, you add them on. You're going to have a total of 6 of them, and I believe it's okay. It is 2 streetcars, which hold 200 sims at a time. So, and then down here, it'll show you actually what your average wait time is. You know, which it basically takes the calculation of all your different stops and it calculates the average amount of time sims are standing there waiting. And then it will show you at the bottom how many streetcars you have, how many stops you got going on, who is actually using them. You want to pay attention to that, especially in like the commercial type cities. It does make a difference because it can affect your tourism and whatnot. So you've then got trains, and I'm going to show you right off the German high speed again is DLC. It's not part of the normal package, so if you have it, but it functions the same way. It's just supposed to quote unquote make extra buildings. I don't believe this can actually be, yep, you cannot put your trains on your streetcar rail on the side. You actually have to use a rail system. Not every city has a rail system in mind too. So keep that, you know, when you're looking at your cities, watch if you need a rail system. And it does the same thing down here. It'll show you your average weight. It'll show your normal riders. All you do is you flop it down like so. You got to make sure it's connected. You got to give yourself space, and then you have to actually take and you have to connect a road from here out and then down to your main road. If you don't, nobody will use it. It's got to be connected down here to a road. And then here it'll show you how many sims are waiting, how many people are riding in a day, and your average wait time. Again, the only edit you have is a street sign. Pooh-hoo. And it's just there. It's cosmetic. It will show you down here also what cities you're connected to. Like me, I've got 3 other cities that it's actually connected to, so you can see that. And when you start using the regional play, you kind of want to pay attention to where your rail is actually connected, who's all coming in, what type of people are coming in, if they're tourists or if they're just residents, shoppers, that kind of thing. You want to pay attention to that so you kind of know how to play your city around. Next one, boats. I can't really show you this one because I don't have water in this city, damn it. In essence, it works the same as like your bus depots, except for you have to have an area of water. You lay it down right on your coastline, and you'll have you can have a cruise ship, which brings like your high wealth in, and you have your basic dock, which brings your low wealth and your medium wealth sims in. It can be tourists, it can be shoppers, it can be residents, commuting, workers, you know, etc. That's what that will actually bring in. And resident play. I wonder if I can go over to here to actually show my remaining. We'll see if my city will load up for us. I've been having some issues as of late, so who knows. This is actually a casino type city I was playing with, but the next are planes. Take up a pretty good amount of real estate. This is an airport I've kind of got maxed out. It starts out with just a basic building and one runway. You add on the runways, you add on these additional buildings. Your airports and your ferries are what bring in your high wealth tourists, your high wealth shoppers. The trains, the buses, and your streetcars are more geared towards your low and medium wealth. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to put them down. But Your airport you can look at when you after you've got it down. It'll show you how many are arriving per day and how many people are waiting to depart. Um, when you go into the edit function, you've got your basic sign, which hey, I never put up. And you can use your airport for industrial or commercial. Residential, I suppose you could as well. And basically what you do is if you have a industrial that you're wanting, you have a cargo terminal which ships in and out your freight that your industrial makes. You've got your passenger terminal. This is what brings in your sims themselves for your tourists, your um, shoppers, workers even. And then you have your runway. This just basically increases, as you can see, I've got actually 4 planes sitting here, which is actually kind of cool. I've got 1 coming in, 3 going out. So you'll have a lot more traffic going around with the uh, airport when you've got more runways. Um, when you got more runways, you have more planes able to come in. They also, with the terminals, it allows you to have like personal jets coming in. So your high wealth like to play on the personal jets. So um, I'm sorry if I'm getting a little loopy. It's actually getting pretty late for me here, so I'm kind of getting tired, but I'm trying my damnedest to get this done. So hopefully it's helping people. You got parks. Parks are pretty self-explanatory. These are what regulate your land value. Your basic parks won't change land value, but they help your low wealth sims be happy. It gives them a place to go, and basically you'll plop it down, and if you watch, they're happy now. There we go. See how they kind of light up because they're happy? It just gives a radius. It does not affect the land value though, and you keep in mind. And you've got a decent amount to choose from here. You got small all the way up to large. Then you have your medium wealth kind of parks, and there's different ones. You've got kind of the sport parks, which are like your skate parks, your pools, your tennis courts, basketball, baseball, that kind of thing. And then you've got your nature. These are kind of, I think these are geared more for kind of like your residential, but you can use them in any setting. And then you got your nature, which is more like your parks, your trees, etc. And they are small to big, and they hold different amount of visitors per day. They increase, the medium increases the land value. Keep in mind your medium wealth land value. Um, and on the end of this, you'll see your trees. Um, these basically you just kind of flop down, and they'll grow big forests up. It replenishes. These are what you want to use when you've got lots of ground pollution. You plant your trees right around where all your pollution is, and these will basically suck up that ground pollution. They will eventually die off, but they suck up that ground pollution and start getting rid of it. Then you'll have to plant more until all your ground pollution is gone. You can clear it out. Same thing. You can clear out the forest if for some reason you don't want them or it's doing something. I don't know why you would, but that is how them work. And the trees don't affect your land value. They're just there. They make Sims happy, but they don't affect your land value. The plaza and formal are your high wealth. These are what increases value for high wealth. This is what makes that well, when you've got your residential down and you want to increase it from like a medium wealth to high wealth, you've got to destroy the medium wealth park and you'll lay a high wealth park. And what that does is the surrounding area will then of course turn into high wealth. And you can plant these down, and they're supposed to add goods to your city as well. In your details tab down here, when you lay a park down, it'll add to your total goods. It's kind of bugged out right now, and all it's going to actually show you is total goods for your low wealth. But it's supposed to be adding, like your high wealth parks should add high wealth goods as well. So until they fix that, it's kind of hard to figure out what they're good for other than the land value. To check your land value, it's just simply land value map. And as you can see right here, it's all white. This is a light blue. That's a red. Red is dead. Wow. Horde? Eh? No. um, um, red means people don't want to live around it. They're not going to be happy. It's usually because of fires or people that are sick or because of land pollution, a variety of bad stuff. Your utilities, like your town hall, will increase your land value. So you can play that to your advantage when you're laying down parks to try to increase the area surrounding it. Um, but as an example here, I'll drop this high wealth, and you can see how big of an area it just dropped it. But that's still only good for medium wealth. You have to, in order to make it actually function the way you want it, you have to pop two of them down. And now all the area in between them and kind of out in the circular area, this is all high wealth now. So if you got your residential or your commercial, they will start growing high wealth wise. And that's how you kind of control your wealth by using the parks to keep, and your roads, you can go all the way to a high density road and still only have low wealth sims by using your parks to control the land value. High wealth will not move into low wealth areas. Low wealth will not move into high wealth areas, usually. Sometimes that gets buggy. um, but that is how the parks function. And the last one is disasters. You can't really control these until you start opening different achievements. Um, they're kind of cool, some of them. Some of them are, they can be a pain in the butt, but basically it's just simply you click it, you pick an area, and click an area, and see, there you go, and now I'll start getting a meteor strike coming down, bam, bam, bam. Um, and if it hits a building dead on, usually it'll actually destroy it. It didn't destroy that one, but usually it'll just destroy it, and you have to demolish the building and restart. So all right. And again, over here is your bulldoze buttons. So, and that can be used to destroy things. So, I think I've basically covered all the buttons down here for your different buildings and ploppables. Hopefully I kept it pretty clear. I know these videos got pretty long, so hopefully I didn't lose too much interest in people. My next videos, I'll try to keep a little bit shorter when I'm going into detail about stuff like this, but I do plan on getting into the data maps and kind of showing what they do and how they can be a little more beneficial. I kind of showed you a little bit here, but you really want to learn to use these data maps. They are very useful for city planning, to know what you need, what you don't need, what you got too much of, what you don't have enough of, etc. So hopefully this helps somebody out. If again, if you notice anything that may be incorrect, feel free to just leave it in the comments below. I'll try to correct myself on it. I'm still learning the game as well as the next person. I'm sure I got some stuff kind of off. Another video I do have to do is the city specializations. I'll go through and show these buildings off too at some point. If there's anything else anybody else would like to see and any more stuff regarding this game, feel free to leave it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I'll try to get some more information out there if you need it. If you know something that might help me, feel free to let me know, because I'm always game to take advice and give it a whirl and see how things go. So again, if you missed any of the other parts, be sure to click the links up above, below, aside, my channel, all that good stuff to check out the other videos to get the full shebang of information. I know it's a lot I threw out there. I know these videos are long, and I know I like to ramble. I'm good at that. Again, thanks for checking out my videos. Be sure to sub if you enjoyed and you want to see more. Hit the like button, leave a comment. And I guess that's all I got for now. So, peace. Take it easy. And thanks again for visiting.